Hi, I haven't said anything on recovery in a while. Hi, I'm Chris. I'm an addict, although that does not define me. That is a large reason of why I'm here talking to you right now. Now, one of my biggest things when it comes to recovery that has hindered me in the past is paying attention to my clean date. I've been doing this off and on for almost 20 years, trying to get on top of opiate addiction, and every time I pay attention to a clean date, it adds so much pressure to that period in between that clean time and when you almost inevitably have a relapse. It adds so much pressure to that is unnecessary to the process, because one thing I've learned is with recovery, one of the smallest aspects of it is actually the your using. You need to get to the roots of the problems of why you're using. So relapse is part of the process. Refinement through repetition. How long do you allow yourself to stay in the relapse each time? How quickly do you catch yourself before picking yourself back up? How discerning are you of your own patterns, of the triggers that you have, the things that seem to shift you emotionally into a place where you want to self-destruct and harm yourself? So for me, again, keeping track of my clean time has never done anything but add pressure to my situation, when that really is one of the smallest aspects of it. Because when you get to the root of your addiction and you start to realize, wow, I've been self-sabotaging and doing these self-destructive habits because of something that happened to me very early on in my life that was out of my control, that not only was out of my control, but because of the severity of it, we likely don't even remember it because we've dissociated. And that dissociative part of us, that part of our child that splits off to protect itself from those traumatic incidents that later often turn into demonic, destructive addictions, right? Um, that was out of your hands. There's nothing you can do. So forgiving yourself, one, is key. And then having the strength and courage to go back and figure out what actually happened and figure out the methods of dredging up these memories and reconciling them. Um, that's the most important work, I feel like, and it's some of the hardest work, because dredging some of these things up is likely going to cause a lot of pain, and you're going to remember a lot of things that you were programmed to forget, and that's likely going to hurt and might lead you back into the relapse. So refinement through repetition. Figure out the reasons why. All right. I love you guys. Hope that helps.